Smells like stale gas in here. Oh, look what finally showed up. You still got the old spotlight on the roof. And it's a real... I kind of like it, but where it's mounted, you're going to be beating your head off this handle, so I think it's going to go. I still have some cleanup and stuff to do in here, still some choppy wiring. It's a pretty basic truck, has idiot lights in the dash. Needs a little bit of work to the floor. I'm going to pull the seat out of it, take this, what's left of this rubber flooring out, and see if I can straighten that up. Well, that's why I pulled the gas tank out first, so I could spray the underside of the seat bolts that stick to the floor some penetrating oil, because they're kind of rusty and I don't want to snap them off. And also need to fix the holes in the roof here. So start by the bottom by pulling the seat out. Sorry, pulling the fuel tank out, so I can spray the seat bolts to get the seat out, so when I weld in the cab I don't burn holes in the final seat. So the seat is actually not atrocious. It has a few cracks, but it's not destroyed, as you might say. The roof is kind of buckly, wavy. Here you go. It's got some whoop-de-whoops in it and holes there, and I'm going to take the spotlight off and have to weld that hole over. So that's why I wanted to pull the seat out, and plus it has over here, I can't see with no light, but there's some holes in the floor there that need to be straightened out. And these rockers and cab corners. And this thing leaks. But guess what? If you go right down here, you can see that it is an LS9. Woohoo! So it has like, no, it has 165 horsepower, not 638. It's a piece of crap. And I've been looking at it over the last couple of days. It has an exhaust leak on the passenger side, an oil leak, or 3 or 4 oil leaks. So I don't know how much effort I'm going to put into this engine to save it, because obviously there's only one way to go with a truck like this, and that is a newer LS swap. But that's down the road. You have to fix things like holes in the roof and holes in the floor, and yeah. Spotlight is off. Doesn't look like that's gonna be too hard to fix, but the rest of the roof, right here is a bit of a dent, and over here there's pure unadulterated butchering. It's squat, and there's holes, and it's wrinkled, and there's dips and dents, and this is gonna be a major pain in the ass to fix. If I was like a professional body man, I'd probably put a new roof skin on this truck, but that ain't happening. And you know, the oil probably has been changed a long time when you see an old Motormaster oil filter from the 1990s still on the engine. That's okay, it probably leaked and burned enough oil that people put some fresh stuff in it from time to time. Well, look at that. We had some maintenance completed in what looks like 1988 or 1986. Maybe that's when that Motormaster oil filter was put on. So let's see, where do we start? I'm trying to get a few things fixed. Oh, the first thing I noticed is that this damn fender here was put on totally wrong, and they beat the shit out of it trying to get it to fit so you could open the door. I'm thinking they lost or threw the shims away, because the fit of it is just terrible. That's piss off, because that was a brand new fender, and that was crumbled on the end. So I'm gonna have to do some adjusting there or some damn thing, but that's just ugh. Looks like you couldn't find the right hole there, guys, or what? Threw the shim away that was supposed to be right there. So, loosen all the bolts up, you can take it, and amazingly, move it ahead, and open the gap. I like how I move it, everything up here moves too. So when you have to adjust or replace a fender, you know, there's a couple of bolts heading down here behind the headlight bezel. There's a bolt up, okay, so there's no bolt in that hole. And now that the washer tank is kind of positioned out of the way, right here is where they put the label with all the option codes on it. And for whatever reason, I don't see this very often on square body trucks. All the trucks I've looked at online, you know, in different videos on YouTube and stuff, it always seems like it's on the glove box. But maybe this has something to do with this Canadian made truck, I don't know. But while I'm mentioning this label on the inner fender, well, the fender doesn't look too bad from this angle. You get down here and the thing as well, it's in bad shape. Needs a new one on this side, and of course the other side. And when they put the new fender on up here, like there's supposed to be bolts here, but it's just a gap about that wide. And something else I'm wondering about, it just has to do with this truck being made in Canada, is the use of the torque screws. They're here, and here, and even they were in there. So this backside is kind of not attached to its inner wheel well counterpart. So taking all these rusty bolts out, you can take the backsides off a square body truck relatively easy if the bolts weren't all rusty. Someone's already taken the liberty to install a patch panel here with friggin' pop rivets. So eventually I have to drill those pop rivets out and see if I can salvage that little panel. That'd be nice to save me a couple bucks. There's one on the same side, on the other side, sorry, installed in the same way. And I noticed, it wasn't right away I noticed this, but a piece of angle iron welded on to the tailgate, which is good and kind of strengthen it. But then I looked at the tailgate and it says, this guy's got a bit of a curve to it. So maybe the tailgate may be something else I need to replace. The handle is bashed sideways. The other side, you got the same stupid pot rivet patch on, but this side of the box is actually in better shape. It's a little loose on this wheel well. At the passenger side, this door actually opens mint. Now, according to the option code, this truck is supposed to have a windshield antenna, but it doesn't. It's got the little connector here for it, but it's attached to nothing. And growing up, of course, remember these trucks. Never ever saw one like this, and I thought this was probably an add-on at some point. But then I saw a video with another truck with this identical antenna adapter on it. So if anybody knows if this piece is factors or if it's aftermarket added on, let me know. So if the tailgate is bent outward, the front of the box is also bent outward. Nothing left of that one. This guy. So I'm trying to fix the bad spot in the floor here. I've drawn out roughly where my patch panel needs to go and what kind of shape it needs to be, and it's just not a simple fact of cutting it out because there's so much stuff directly under the floor. The frame runs here, there's a cab support that goes across this way, there's another brace that goes up this way, and right here in the ball of rust there's a little screw that holds the speedometer cable up to the floor, so you definitely don't want to hook that guy with a saw blade either. So you have to cut this out very, very carefully and with a very precise tool, so you don't cut stuff that you don't want to cut, like the frame, which would be very bad. So after I welded the patch panel in here, I went and wire wheeled the whole, little floor pan on the driver's side with a wire wheel to hell, scrubbed all the rust off it, hit it with rust converter, and then hit it with some black paint. All I have was black on hand right now, so I'm gonna get some gray later and probably do the rest of the floor. Still have to fix this guy right here. I don't know what the hell was mounted here. Must have been a switch of some sort. I'm thinking, for God only knows. The rest of the floor is in good shape. It's just dirty. This side is good. This needs to be scrubbed and cleaned up. Got all the crap that was on the dash removed. And the old fire extinguisher bracket and all the wiring, they had it just shoved in the fuse box on that side. It's gone now. But I know it's a bit dark in here, and I was having a look at the dome light earlier, and if you go up to the roof, of course, woo, those are holes that were drilled. There's another hole here, and you go back. All of a sudden, when I removed the dome light earlier, I didn't notice at first because it's dark, but someone cut out the hole in the roof liner, and you can see there's hammer marks in there where they hammered it to fit and clearance for a dome light. That I can't quite understand, but since this is hacked up anyway, why don't I just stop screwing with this old piece of crap here with one little light bulb in it and get an LED. A bright, like, whoa, steering lock's not too good in this guy, but get a bright LED dome light and put in here. So all it has not working now is the courtesy light under the dash, and oh yeah, the door's open and the light is not on. So I get a new pin switch for here. This guy's shoved in all the time, doesn't do diddly squat. But in terms of electrical problems with this truck, that's about all that's on the go. And since I've got it home and been kind of picking at it regularly, thing's just starting up, just cherry. You don't have to pump the gas pedal or anything. Well, she smokes like a bitch, so I have to shut it off so I don't gas myself inside the garage.